Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Safe to say I was not expecting to be talking about this today, but in the past hour or so when I'm recording this, we just got some absolutely major leaks for Black Ops 6. Someone has found a way to basically get into a current version of the game, a current build of the game that contains different elements of the menu, the gunsmith, all sorts of stuff for creative class. And unfortunately, because these are leaks at the end of the day, I expect this Twitter account to be absolutely nuked into oblivion sooner rather than later. Also, I can't show any of them on the screen for that same reason. I enjoy having this YouTube channel and I'd prefer for it to be nuke free, right? So unfortunately, can't show anything on screen. I'll leave a link to the Twitter account down below. It's better than Alex over on Twitter. If it's still up, you'll be able to go and check it out. And if it gets nuked by Activision and gets completely removed, you'll probably understand why, because we just got so much intel on various different elements of BO6. I imagine this is probably some early access beta build that's been accessed in some way, shape, or form here. So some of this stuff still could end up changing, but we do get some good insight into various new features, mechanics, and updates for Black Ops 6 multiplayer. So the first thing that was shared is actually an image of the gunsmith, and for the most part it's relatively similar to the setup that we do have now in Call of Duty. It's a bit more vertical in terms of the UI, which is nice. It's not nearly as horizontal and based across, which is definitely a W in my opinion, but you still have your base primary slot, your base secondary slot, and of course we also know there is a base melee slot available on all classes now as well. You've got your lethal and your tactical equipment, you've got a field upgrade, you also have 3 tiers of perks and then a perk specialty. And keep in mind, based off the leaks and rumors that we've heard of so far and everything, the specialty is basically what you can combine different perk tiers to create. So if you cater towards one style of play, you get a bonus specialty upgrade on those as well. So that does confirm a lot of the leaks, a lot of the rumors that we've seen previously. We also get a look at some of the score streaks. There are some decently basic ones here, things that we've seen in the past. Of course, there's a scout pulse. Maybe that's like a mini radar blip or something like that. An RCXD, of course, that's a classic. The UAV, the counter UAV, the watchdog helo. Maybe that's like an AH6 Overwatch or something. The Hellstorm, the interceptors, and then also a chopper gunner. Relatively straightforward there. We get more details on the gunsmith though through a handful of these weapons. The overall layout is going to be similar to how we have now, where there is a loadout menu and you can go through and view your gun as it's like on a weapon desk and it's being built out, and you can change your attachments and it'll visually update there. Kind of a cool thing. It's a little bit different from like the basic box that we've got now on the loadout menu there. But within the gunsmith section, actually, it goes even more in depth on various things you can end up equipping. So within your actual weapon customization, you still have your basic attachment slots of optics, muzzles, barrels, underbarrels, magazines, rear grips, stocks, lasers, then also fire mods. I assume that's going to be somewhat similar to aftermarket parts. But then we also have a new cosmetic section that's a tad bit updated. So there is an actual camo menu, similar layout to what we have now within Call of Duty, with sections for multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. This would indicate potential Warzone specific camos could be coming to Black Ops 6, which would be really cool. Also, in addition to everything going on with the camos, there's also a skins customization. Part of me wonders if that's more blueprint based, and finally you could actually have a weapon built out using a blueprint and it doesn't change the overall aesthetic and look at the blueprint. Like if you buy a full carbon fiber and red blueprint from the store, but then you change the barrel and you change the stock, suddenly there's no more carbon fiber and red and it just looks like trash, right? If you're able to actually keep your blueprint skins and then also throw on a camo and change all the attachments, that would be really awesome, and definitely something I'd love to see fully updated into COD. There's also sections for your charms, your decals, your stickers, and your reticle. And there's actually a bunch of different reticle customization with micro dots, with mini reflexes, and so hopefully this means that the full customization of custom reticles is in fact going to be returning within Black Ops 6. That's something that we sort of missed out on in the past couple of years, and I'd love to have that return as well. You know, adding on a clean blue dot here and there, or maybe changing it to a plus or a basic hollow dot or something like that, just adds in another layer of customization. And for actual weapon details, the menus show your damage to certain parts of the body. I imagine it's something that's going to be more refined with like the advanced stats, but you can clearly see depictions of it's doing so much damage to the head, so much damage to the legs, to the arm, to the lower arm, the upper torso, much more in depth than just the basic damage profile that we might have listed out in the general UI now within Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone. So some cool enhancements, it would seem like, are coming for the Gunsmith, but that's not all when it comes to information that was revealed through these leaks. And by the way, as we are going through the remainder of the stuff here, if you are new to the channel, this is the place to be to stay up to date with absolutely everything going on in Call of Duty right as it happens. So feel free to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications. And if you enjoyed this video, a like rating is seriously appreciated. A few other created class things ended up being detailed through these leaks, like some of the wild cards in this build include Overkill, which is obviously being able to use a primary and a second primary on your class setup instead of a true secondary. Gunfighter, which gives you 3 extra attachment slots. Then also Perk Greed, which is presumably going to allow you to add in more perks than just the base 3. We also get the list of tacticals in this current build being concussions, flashbangs, the stim shot, the prox alarm, which I imagine is like a portable radar in a sense. You throw it down if someone walks near it, it sounds an alarm. Then also the decoy grenade. And then for lethals, we've got the frag, the semtex, the thermo grenade, the blast trap, which might be more of like a bouncy Betty replacement there. Then also the combat axe, a sort of mainstay for COD. We've got some field upgrades listed. We don't get the full description for all of these, but we do get the description of one in specific that's actually new. So there's an assault pack. I imagine that's ammo and, you know, resupply stuff there. Trophy system, pretty basic, straightforward. Neurogas. There's also the acoustic amp, and then sleeper agent. And the description for this says infiltrate the enemy team, appearing as a friendly to them for a short duration. Kills extend the time. Gunfire and enemy content reveal your true identity. So that's a pretty cool field upgrade that actually turns you into an enemy for a limited time, so long as you can continue to get kills. Kind of a new, unique one there for sure that I'm sure is going to have some very fun uses in game. And unfortunately, because I can't show any of these images or anything on screen, it's harder to relay, but a lot of these menus end up being a more vertical layout and not nearly as horizontal as what we've had throughout Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. It's a small thing in the grand scheme of things. Like, obviously, there being a horizontal UI on the menu is not going to impact your ability to have fun when you're running around on Nuketown or whatever shooting, but it is something that a lot of players have been pretty vocal about not enjoying with the menus the past couple of years, returning to that more classic UI where it's vertical. It's much easier to scroll through and view multiple things rather than having to scroll horizontally and, you know, go back and forth between a bunch of different sub menus. So while that is a different style of leak from obviously the main content being certain weapons or certain cosmetic items and stuff like that, it is definitely good to see that they are making that change, presumably based off of direct player feedback with how much the menus have been disliked in recent years. But for right now, those are all the main leaks that have surfaced from this Twitter user. It's possible that throughout the remainder of today, new stuff ends up getting posted, new stuff ends up getting leaked, but at the same time, this account could very easily get taken down here pretty quick, which I would expect. But for now, that link will be down in the description below if you want to try and go and check it out for yourself. If you enjoyed the video, of course, be sure to drop a like on it. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button on your way out so you can always guarantee you are up to date with everything going on in COD. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.